Hello and welcome back for this week's Founders 15 from Forefront Coaching. This week I'm introducing somebody very exciting, someone that I worked with a long time ago at Techstars. We realized the other day it was nearly 2 years ago. I'm going to let him introduce himself just like we always do. So Kish, over to you.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me on your show. Hey, everyone. This is Kish, co-founder and CEO at Bling, an AI-powered all-in-one customer communication platform for businesses. I'm based in the Bay Area in beautiful San Francisco City, and we've been in business for almost 2.5 years.
Wow, yeah. So it was 6, 7 months old when we met for the first time, I guess. Two
That's
and a half
right.
years.
You know
So
well.
yeah. Tell me, Kish, about the journey from when you first kicked off, or even when this kind of baby was first, the idea first came about, to now.
Journey, obviously, like any other founder, lots of ups and lots of downs, right? And I think the way I have embraced entrepreneurship is 99 failures and one success for every 100 attempts you make. And that's what makes you bloody tough, right? You become even stronger. But that one success, when you get it, right, it's huge, right? So I would say more of failures, which is what I'm very happy and proud to share, but decent success, which came out as a result of the learnings which came from those failures. In the journey of our company, right, definitely we have evolved, not just from the technical side and building more features and helping our customers better, but who we are as a company, what's our operating mode as a business, right? And one of the things I'm super proud of, right? We have evolved from what was started as a self-serve business to an enterprise-grade business now. So proudly serving some of the big top enterprises across the globe, having users in 20 plus countries. And the most important thing is we have established a full-blown customer success function, which I believe was one of the best decisions we made, in addition to the product innovation and the roadmap which we did to help our bigger clients. So yeah, super proud of what we have done. Definitely a lot of ups and a lot of lows. Lows have been more helpful than the ups because they teach you, they make you stronger, and so that you can go for bigger heights.
I I know a lot from our previous conversations, even just from what you just described. It's really transformational what you do for enterprises, and as you say, you've had to go on a long journey to kind of figure out the best way for it to be transformative for your clients. How did you go about discovering like the market need, exactly who your audience were? What was the process that you went through to make sure that this could be transformative in the way that you wanted it to be?
Great question. See, look what happened was post OpenAI, when OpenAI came out, right? And last year, 2024, was a year when there was a lot of panic buying happening in enterprises, right? This year, you will see companies are gonna probably invest more in that buying mode, right? So companies are right now, every company has to evaluate its own existence. Let's be clear about it, right? In the era we are living in, right? And they need to know who they are, what they stand for, how they're gonna operate, given the advancement in technology which has happened over the last 2 years or so, right? That being said, when they're evaluating themselves, obviously there's an added pressure by their stakeholders as well, like shareholders or board of directors and all that stuff. And in that process, companies are looking for efficiencies, massive gain in efficiencies, not just marginal, right? Completely transformative gains, right? And for that to happen, they're looking for partners, they're looking for software providers, they're looking for technologists, engineers who can come on board and help them solve that problem. So what used to be a sales pitch for us before, the advancement in AI, the rapid advancement in AI which we saw over the last 18 months or 24 months, has now become more of, how do we become a part of the transformation efforts which big enterprises are embarking on as we're talking, right? Because transformation is not just solving for a problem, right? Like I need a software. It's more about, hey, for example, if you're a car dealership, right, and you have been selling cars for the last 30 years, do you continue to operate your customer support the same way you have been doing for the last 20, 30 years, or you're going to change it so that not only your end customers get what they want with less resources, and at the same time, you make more improvement in your own P&L and financial outlook, because naturally it's not no longer a choice you have to make. You have to do it because your investors want it, your stakeholders want it, for you to operate more efficiently. So that's how we look at transformation. They're not buying a piece of software, but they're trying to solve a bigger problem, and how you become a part of the transformation journey for those big enterprises.
Trying to convince your stakeholders. I'm paraphrasing what you just said, but that is such a big issue for so many enterprises. I mean, it's not just an issue for enterprises, right? All the way through business, there are moments where you have to convince those stakeholders. So, in your case, 'cause a lot of what we do at Forefront is helping people to be able to communicate better, to be able to take what they want to do and align that with what's actually happening. And when we talk about trying to convince stakeholders, so often people go to those meetings and they come out of those meetings and they think that was great, and then nothing happens. They don't get the buy-in. They haven't actually had them connect to it or go move forward with it. So, like, with the startups watching you today, watching this recording, like, what is it that you can tell them that you've experienced about how to really go and convince the stakeholders, in your case, that this is going to be transformative and not just another thing that they're bringing into their business?
No, great point, right? And this is where I feel like, as early stage startup founders, right? I think of ourselves as an extension to their team, right?
Yeah.
If you go in like a salesman and just try to sell what you have built, it won't fly, because if you have to work with enterprises, you're probably working with 10 to 20 people at least in their teams, whom you would be interacting at some point of time, right? And I'm talking this after a contract has been signed off, right? So after that, it's no longer about whether you're making a sale happen or not. Let's say a sale has happened, but now you have to deliver it. You have to deliver the results, right? For that to happen, you definitely need to have the entire camp on your side, or at least supporting what you want to achieve as a part of the extended team. And when you go with that mindset, right, and when you go with the idea of like, okay, hey, let's talk about this, let's have a conversation around this. I don't have the right answer, but probably what is in your mind, right? Here's I know what my solution can do. I want to hear what you think we can get to, and then have those constructive dialogues with everyone in the same room to keep things moving forward. Goes without saying, you definitely need one champion in that company, right? Who believes, or at least you and that person are on the same page. You think alike, right? You know, okay, where it is headed. And once you have that champion in the company, this champion helps you set the ground well with the other stakeholders, bring them on the same page, and then drive the overall success of the mission you have embarked on, right? Because you might have made the sale happen with somebody in the company, right, at the C-suite or whatever it is, right? But ultimately, you have to deliver, you have to execute on the promise which you have made. And that is the big critical piece. And that's where the idea of working or assuming yourself or embracing the fact that you are nothing but an extension to their team really, really helps, right? And that really helps you also to co-create the next version of your own product. So it helps you also become better and your product to become better. And you can just repeat this so that you keep growing and keep getting better.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? You have had so many opportunities to listen to your audience and then, like you say, make it better. We were talking just before about making sure that you have that one person that really buys in, that how much that helps. Have you got any tips or strategies to kind of build that relationship that you can share with us?
I think you have to be genuine, right? So I'll tell you from my own example, right? When we first started the company, right? I used to be an aggressive salesman, like the salesman you would see on the streets of London or on the streets of New York, right? So sell, 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 sell. It doesn't fly, to be honest, right? Sure, you can sell $10-15 stuff, right, or pens and pencils with that approach. Self-serve you can do with that, right? But ultimately, people need to trust you, first of all, for what you're talking about. And that trust comes from how genuine you can be. And in that journey, it's totally okay to say that I don't know this, but if we work together, we can figure it out. And that is where business start to happen, because people like to work with people at the end of the day. Sure, technology is going to do a major part of what we have been doing over the last years or decades or in our lifetime, right? But the decisions which truly change the way this technology is going to be used for the betterment of humans and all that stuff, those decisions would still be made by humans. And humans, in principle, need to trust other humans, whether they can work together, are they aligned, is it making sense, is everyone on the same page? So for that to happen, you got to be extremely genuine, you got to be extremely transparent, and be confident, but then at the same time acknowledge what can be done, what cannot be done, and if something cannot be done, how it can be done, while figuring it out together with the other person. And I think that's just true in any nature of relationship, whether at home or at work or at business. So first principles at the end of the day.
I couldn't agree with you more. My mum has just retired from a business that was very people focused, very trust focused, and she's really scared of AI and what it's going to do and how it's going to take away control. And like you say, the decisions, the needs are still those of humans, and so we can use it to work with us. Not, it's not taking over, and those human needs are still really there. And in the time that I've known you, you're very good at building that trust. You're very good at kind of connecting with people. So in that role, coming away from being an aggressive seller towards being more genuine, more real, the Kish that I've met and known, what challenges have you experienced, either in that transition or trying to be more genuine and it failing, or trying to be more salesy and it failing? Through this process with Bling, have you experienced any challenges?
Yeah, 100%. So every founder is going through a massive learning curve, right? One thing which entrepreneurship will teach you, you will learn like 100x faster than anyone else, right? And what I learned was, when you do that aggressive selling and all that stuff, right? You sometimes attract bad partners, or not bad, that's not the right word, fit, but partners or customers who are not the right fit for you, for your company, right? And be able to drive the same vision out, right? Yeah. And that's what the good old salespeople tell you, the discovery phase. Why is it so important? Right? Will it work or will it not work? I did not used to pay a lot of focus to the discovery phase. It was straight sell, demo, sell, right? And in that journey, we onboarded certain partners, and then only after onboarding them, we realized that, okay, what they wanted, where we are headed, there was no alignment. And that ended up things not working out well for either one of us, and obviously a bit of awkwardness and embarrassment, right? But again, good news is you learn, right? And we learn from it, and then you get better, right? Instead of somebody telling you, your own life experiences gives you the conviction, okay, this is how I'm going to do it, this is how I'm not going to. And then you experiment yourself, you change yourself, and then you try a different approach, and you see it works. So that's how I evolved. That's how even I coach my own team members. That at the end of the day, it's all about the initial discovery phase, which does a lot of these things which you just stated, right? Building trust, relationship, and then you embark together that, okay, this is what we want to accomplish together, right? We're on the same side. I'm not on the other side of the table. We're on the same side working as a team, and then we're going to go for the same end goal and achieve it together. So that's been a big flip from what used to be like, I'm a seller, you're a buyer, I'm going to sell you this. No, let's come together, let's join hands, let's move together, let's achieve what we want to achieve together.
It's really great advice, because actually so many people see that I'm trying to get you to take my thing, rather than I have an opportunity for you. And that's not a lie. If you've done your research right before you've reached out to them, or they've been sent to you, there is already a fit there. There is an opportunity to support and help each other. I love what you said. We're just coming to the end, the last few seconds. Have you got any advice that you would give to a first-time founder starting out?
So first of all, I don't like to give any advices to anyone, right? But still, if I have to speak my heart, I would say just do it. Because when you do stuff, you will learn. Don't listen to anyone. That's the beauty of entrepreneurship. You don't have a boss. You will own the results of your own actions. So do it. Don't delay on that. Not taking a decision can cause a lot of damage versus taking a decision, making a mistake, learning from them, getting better, and there's a compound effect to it, right? And then build your own conviction around things, right? So, best advice I would say is don't wait for advice, don't take advice, do it. Like what you want to do it now, and then outcome may come, may not come. That's okay. But the good thing is you will learn, right? And you'll become better faster than anyone else. So do stuff. Be a doer.
Love that. Really love that. Thank you, Kish. So, for anybody that wants to reach out to you, buy your services, invest in you, like, where can they get in touch with you? Where do we
Sure.
find you?
So I'm on LinkedIn. I'm pretty active there. I think it's a great platform. So happy to connect with like-minded people, learn from them, and yeah, that's where you can find me.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Kish. That has
Thank
been
you.
our
Thanks, Mike.
Founders 15. All right.